This is bone marrow. This is inexpensive. And this is one of the most nutrient-dense food you can ever think of. It is a superfood. It is rich in vitamins and minerals that support your bone health, that supports skin health, that improves skin elasticity, that helps with aging, and it's full of healthy fats, fatty acid that supports the brain development. One of the most nutrient-dense food you can ever find. It is a superfood, yet it is easily accessible, especially here in Africa. You can tell, you know what I mean. When you go to the local market, it is readily available to you. They will be begging you to come and buy. This bone marrow is not just something you as a lady needs. It is something your kids need as well. When I started giving birth to my children, my mother-in-law will always tell me to buy bone marrow, cook it, and give them. She always explained to me that it's good for their bones and everything in between. Although that period, I never really gave them that much. Why? Because I was carried away with other things. I didn't really think much of it that time, although I grew up drinking this. But growing up now, navigating motherhood and sourcing new ways and how to improve my children's immune system and everything, I just got to know that bone marrow is the truth. Now I ask you, are you giving bone marrow to your kids? If you are not, you need to get on it right now. This is the first episode of our series, Dr. Mom, where I'll be bringing to you interesting ways to improve your children's immune system, interesting ways to help them grow in good health and in sound mind. So stay locked in if you would love to be part of this series. If you're a mother or you have a child you really care about, or you have a child that has certain concerns that you would love to help in a way or the other, even if you're not the parent, stay locked in. You might not know the information you will be getting and also the information that will be coming from the comment section. I pray so that will help you and every kid around you. So this bone marrow, basically what I do is I go to the local markets. It is very, very inexpensive, very, very cheap. I always tell people, giving your kids healthy things, eating healthy is not expensive. It is just where you go look for your healthy stuff. You understand? Eating healthy is not as expensive. It's all about cutting your coat according to your size. For me, I go to the local markets and get my bones. Reason being that sometimes I get these bones to freeze them. So I cannot go to the store and get a bone that is already frozen for weeks just to freeze them again. I don't do that. My meats, my everything apart from fish, I get it from the local markets. Yes. So some people will say, oh, I don't have time for this. How will I do it? You can just go once. If you go there once, you can get the number of the person that sells the bone. I remember the last time I went there, the man I saw, he was really very kind. I asked him if he can send to me even without me being around. He said yes. So what you can do is if you go once and then you get their number, and whenever you need it, even if you are not disposed to go to the market, you just give them a call. Look, I want this so amount. This is what I want. This is how I want it. I'm sending someone to pick it up. You can just tell the man, he will get it ready. You call a rider, send him to the market, he will go and get it for you. Karas. Sometimes when I tell mothers about these things and about DIYs, they tend to come up with excuses like, oh, it's so stressful. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. It is stressful for you because you are thinking of all the stress it will take you to do those things. But once you think of the outcome, once you see you think of your children being strong mentally, emotionally, health-wise, in every aspect of their life, you will have to take that bold step. Once you think of the reward of them basking in good health, of you not going to frequent the hospital because of one sickness or the other, you will see that indeed there is nothing to lose in this case. You will just have to give it your all because you are fixated on the outcome you give it your all, and that is all the motivation you need. When you start to see the results, you start to understand that there is actually no excuse for living healthy, not even money, because living healthy is also very, very, very cheap. It is not expensive. Yes, I said that. It is not expensive. So this bone marrow, what I do is I go to the market, I get the bones, I get two types of it. I get two types of it. I get the marrow itself. I get them to break the bones and get the marrow inside, just like you are seeing now on the screen. I get them to break it and get the marrow out. Reason being that if you want to cook the bones to get the marrow out, you have to cook it for a long time, which sometimes if you don't cook it well, it doesn't result in a good and healthy broth. So depending on the time you have at hand, sometimes I might not have the time to go all the way start cooking the bone. I just need to get the marrow, throw it in the pot, straight on use it to make whatever I want to use it for, and that is it for me. You understand? So that's why I get the marrow. I also get the bone, with the marrow and the connective tissues and all sorts. So that's the part you're seeing in the screen right now. So I get the both of them. And this particular one, I usually use it to make maybe jollof rice, or even the both of them, I use it to make jollof rice. I use it to make soups. I use it to make, you name it. I cook it and then throw in a few vegetables, and then you can drink it. I can drink it like that. I can also use the oil from it and scramble egg, because I don't use vegetable oil that often. Like, if I'm to buy vegetable oil at all, it will be like during Christmas period, maybe frying chin chin and all those Christmas shenanigans. But once Christmas is over, I don't really need groundnut oil or any form of vegetable oil, because I don't really use it heavily in my house. Yes, this is my personal preference because of the speculations that it is toxic and inflammatory. Now, some studies prove that that is not actually true, but I think for me it's not something I would love to gamble. Why? Because it is not that hard to avoid. Come on, it's not that hard. There are a lot of other oils that can be used in cooking, which are highly beneficial and also good in every aspect. Research have proven that it's also wonderful. So why gamble vegetable oil just like that? So it's not that important that I will have to trade the research whatsoever. How will I put it? Because sometimes this research will be like, oh, this it's not bad, it's not this. They are saying that because they haven't seen any reason to say that this is bad. But that does not mean that research will not come out in future and say this is entirely bad. Stop this. In future, maybe 20 years, 10 years, when things must have spoiled, you understand? They will now come and say, oh, according to extensive research, conclusively, and then at the end of the day, you have already eaten it like wildfire, and God forbid. In fact, anyways, that is just that. You know what I'm trying to say? Mothers, bone marrow is the truth. It is the truth. It is the absolute truth. Not just for you, because this series is about the children, the kids. So now let's just make it about the kids, okay? So not just for you, but for your kids, this is what is in it for your kids. It supports their bone health, their joint health. I mean, you all know how important their bone development is at this early stage of their life. Yes, it is good for their skin. Like someone like me that doesn't really put my money or my time into skincare for kids, they use just shea butter and their soap, Karas shea moisture soap. Although recently I've been using Sanos, and I don't know what's wrong with shea moisture. I've not been seeing their products like before. I don't know what's going on. I hope everything is all right with them, because I really love that brand. Giving them this bone broth is really a game changer. Like, when you see their skin, you will think I'm doing something extraordinary. There is nothing. It's just good food and also bone broth. I use it to make so many things for them. You can use sometimes, the marrow has oil. It has a lot of oil in it. So sometimes I usually cook the marrow, and then when I'm done cooking it, I take out the oil, and then they can drink the liquid, and then I store the oil in the fridge and just use about a little to be making scrambled egg for them. If I need to fry anything for them, I use it. It's not like deep frying, just sauteing or anything of that sort. That is actually what I use. It is good. Children need fat. They need a good source of protein. They even need collagen. Collagen is not just for elderly people. Is the one you get in food, that is readily available in food, is also good for children. It helps with their skin, it helps with their gut, it helps with their gut health. And if you know how important gut health is to their immune system, you will understand the role this bone marrow plays in the lives of children, in their health. Your gut is kind of like your immune system. Your mouth is the first point of digestion, yeah? As you chew, the bacteria in your mouth and everything helps digest your food, and then as you swallow, it goes to your stomach, to your gut. From there, it's being digested and is being absorbed into the bloodstream and to the various organs in the body that needs those nutrients. You understand? Now, for instance, if the gut is not working fine, do you see that the nutrients from food cannot be carried? Like maybe the gut is not absorbing food very well. You will see that when you are feeding a child, nothing is working for the child. You give them food with loads of vitamin. It's just like garbage in, garbage out. Why? Because the gut is not absorbing nutrients well. It's not doing its thing. That is how important the gut is. You understand? That same gut is what bone marrow repairs. Yes. So for you to be able to make good use of the food you eat, your gut have to come correct. And that is the same thing with children. And children, because their guts are still tender, they are always predisposed to things that just mess their gut health up, from too much antibiotics to eating the wrong kind of food. So now, how do you use this bone marrow? You can use it to make rice, you can use it to make momo, you can use it to make porridge, you can cook it, throw in some veggies at the end, and then you just drink it. You can serve it to them, they drink it. You understand? You can be just creative with it. You can be creative with it. You can use it to make so many things. Just make sure they are having them. Introduce it into your kids' food today, like now. Go to the market, get it, store it in the freezer, and always use it when you can. You understand? Always use it at least 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 5 times a week, every day. Always remember to remove the oil every day. Unless you are using it to cook rice, you can just use it randomly, cook something for them. You understand? It helps them a lot. Children need fat, they need protein, they need carbohydrates to go. And it even supplies them with enough energy. Yes, they need energy because they are always on the go. They need energy to grow, with quality energy, not the type you get from sugar and all these sugary drinks that tends to crash. Before you know it, everything is they are over the roof and all. Thank you. I hope you learned something from today's episode. See you next time. Bye.